It's now time to muck the week, and this week, of course, the kangaroo court found Boris Johnson guilty of misleading the House. I mean, this was a given, seeing as they all practically told us that this would be the verdict before they even started the proceedings. I mean, what a joke. They were even talking about silencing MPs who dare to call them out for being a kangaroo court. How Harriet Harman, a.k.a. Skippy, head kangaroo, had the nerve to claim any level of impartiality is beyond me. Unfortunately for the Privileges Committee members, it would seem that they too are not whiter than white. I mean, I think you can still say that, as evidence is emerging that Bernard Jenkins may well have broken the rules and attended a lockdown party for his wife. He so far hasn't denied it either. And I notice that the established media don't appear to want to take up this story. I mean, they've got their man, Boris, who's announced that he's writing for the Daily Mail, like me. His first piece was out yesterday, and it was all about how weight loss pills didn't work for him. Even that they're attacking him for. I mean, what is the point? Most sensible people have moved on and aren't bothered. Even Boris has moved on. I mean, haven't they got better things to do, like sorting out the mess that this country is in at the moment? They're like playground bullies. It's pathetic. And the ITV saga, that rumbles on. Chief Executive Dame Caroline McCall and Managing Director Kevin Ligo were grilled this week at a 2-hour parliamentary committee meeting about the toxic culture at ITV. All of that after the whole Philip Schofield debacle. I was pleased to say I got to announce that on air with the fabulous Louis Sheffield. He'll be joining me in a moment. Now, the pair were in hot water yesterday when this question was asked by SNP's John Nicholson.
I just ask one final question. Can you confirm that daytime production staff at This Morning referred to their audience in production meetings as tower block Tracy's?
As what, sorry?
Tower block Tracy's.
I've never heard that phrase.
I have never heard that.
A number of people have told me that.
I've never heard that.
Seems
I don't even
truly
quite know
dismissive. If an idea is regarded as too highbrow, I'm told people say, would that really appeal to the tower block Tracy's? I agree.
Never heard that.
It's a horrible thing to say.
Yeah,
a horrible thing to say.
It's not what ITV would be looking at as a target audience, right? We wouldn't describe our target audience in that way. And I know that, I do know one thing, which is that the daytime team on every show really cares about the audience. So that's surprising.
Really? So it appears that ITV's This Morning were demeaning its audience by categorising them as tower block Tracy's. Nice. This was, of course, vehemently denied, as you saw, by Caroline and Kevin. But it hasn't gone down well with the viewers. Hardly surprising. Figures have halved since this all began. They're fleeing in their droves. I can't wait to see the back of that ailing fake show full of insipid false smiles. Reminds me of a cake that I had yesterday. It was so sweet and sicky I couldn't finish it. More good news, Meghan Markle has been dumped. No, not by Harry, but by Spotify. Remember her Arsewipe? That's all right, I mean Archetypes podcast. My favourite bit was when Mariah Carey called her out for being a diva, which she clearly is. It was apparently a mutual dumping, this whole incident. Yeah. Right. And if she would, as if she would say no to the money. As far as I can see, she sold everyone down the river. But unfortunately, she didn't understand that when you become royal, becoming a reality TV star is a major step down. I mean, it's looking equally as gloomy for Harry, whose book Spare was a case of TMI, too much information. No, not the bit about the frostbitten manhood and 8-hour cream, although that was bad. I mean the bit about the drugs, which could see him thrown out of the States. And what with King Charles not bothered to meet him and Meghan Markle being somewhat elusive, it looks to me like there's trouble in paradise. Meanwhile, back here, we're celebrating King Charles's official birthday with the Trooping of the Colour, and it doesn't get much bigger than that, Meghan. Look at what you've thrown away. Speaking of which, Dylan Mulvaney could join in and give lessons on how to sink a brand and throw away billions off of share prices. Anheuser-Busch found out to their cost. Their trailblazer of a brand, Bud Light, is no longer the leading beer. It was knocked off the top spot after it spent decades there, so incensed with their customers. A lesson to other brands who wish to shove their gender ideology down our throats. We're not buying it. It's been a mucky old week.